Hello student, this is the last video for time zone 2. Today we'll discuss IB Math SL Paper 2 May 2018. Let's start. Section A, question 1. The following table shows the mean weight y kilogram of children who are x years old. So we have pairs of data. The relationship between the variables is modeled by the regression line with the equation y equals ax plus b. AI, find the value of a and b. So solution is in red in the lower panel. So we should follow these instructions and use graphic calculator. So we press start. We are in edit and we are editing the information. So we insert first column will be for x, second column will be for y. So we insert data for x. So 125, enter, 225, enter, 3.5, enter, 4.4, enter, and let us check. I think there is another value. Yes, 585, 5.85. Finished with this table, so we move to the right, and now we should start from 10 till 19. So 10, enter, 13, enter, 14, enter, 17, enter, 19, enter. Now we again press start. Here we move to tests, and here, attention, we're going to use, we scroll up, and here out of 2 we linear regression, we use t interval. So we use, let's move a bit up, we use G, so we press enter, and here we just press enter, or move down. I think enter will be better. Regression equation we don't put, so it knows that it will be linear. And here we have the result. But be attentive, constant is a plus bx. So constant is 797. Here 797 is constant, and coefficient is 1.92. So I put the values here, so let's put calculator aside. In the next question they ask us correlation coefficient R. So correlation coefficient is R. It is 0.98, so this is the last value. So we copy this value, and out of this value we need only 3 significant figures. So R is 0.985, so this question is also done. So we know A, we know B, we know R. Use your equation to estimate the midweight of a child that is 1.95 years old. So we have equation We know A, we know B, and we should find how much is Y weight when X is 195. So we substitute, we evaluate, and we get 11.7 kilograms. So this question is also done. Let's go further. Right. Geometry question. So we have the following diagram, and we should find dB. So to find dB, we use sine rule because we have angle, an opposite sine, angle, and unknown sine. So let us look how this is done. So we use, right, so sine rule, we cross multiply, substitute values, evaluate, and you can use GDC. So in GDC, why you should work, so what should I say? You should change angle to degrees, because here we are working with degrees. How this is done? You go to mode, and here in the mode you have radians or degrees. So you go to degrees and you enter. So it was radian, now it degrees. So you can use calculator to find the needed value. So you should set degrees, and calculator gives you this value. Okay, let's go a bit further. This is simple calculation. Find DC. To find DC, we will have side DB, BC, and angle. So we're using cosine rule. So cosine rule we write for this sides, this notation, and to find DC we use square root of answer. Okay, if you want I can show you how to do it, so you clear everything. So I should find this value first, 9.57 squared plus 6 squared plus 6 squared minus 2 times 957 times 6 times cosine 82. Don't forget to close the bracket, and we press enter. Right, now we should make square root of this value. So square root is opposite of x squared, so we use second x squared, and here we should insert answer. So to do answer we are pressing second and this minus. Answer appears, square root of answer, this is the result, 9.56. we need 3 significant figures, so we write 10.6. So this question is done. We go further. Let's move, calculate a bit aside. Okay. Right. We have function diagram shows a graph. Find the y-intercept of the graph of x. So I think if we graph and find intercepts, that will be the easiest, straightforward solution. Actually here, sorry, in A you use algebra, so in A we use algebra. If sine EX equals 0, it means that EX equals either 0 or P or 2P. So when equal 0 is not possible, but 2P is beyond the region. So it is from 0 to 1.3. So out of this 4 possible solutions for EX, we choose logarithm P, which is 114. So answer will be exact. Logarithm P, 3 significant figures, 114. Right, so a bit early for calculator, graphic calculator. The region enclosed by the graph and the x-axis is rotated 360 around the axis. Find the volume. So here we will need to find definite integral, and we will use graphic calculator. Attention, here we are dealing with, we should change again degrees to radians, otherwise we will go right. So we change degrees to radians, so we move mode, we move down to degree radians, we press enter, done. Now we are ready, so we clear. Now we are ready to find the volume. So from booklet, the formula of volume is pi I squared with respect to dx integral from 0 to logarithm p. Right. So let's find this logarithm. So I'll try to put pi first. So to put pi, I press second. So it is pi. Now I need logarithm. To insert logarithm, I need second just a moment. So I think I need mass finite logarithm. So it is 9, and here we have so ready to fill the boundaries, the function, and with respect to what. So we put here 0, we go up, here we should put logarithm p, so logarithm second p, okay, so I should close the bracket. Then we should insert function squared. So I try to make square first, and then I will put here, I will put brackets, one bracket. Then I want everything to insert. So insert means I should press second del. Then I am inserting, not deleting over old values by inserting. So I should put sine e to the x. So power of x, go down, bracket closed, one bracket closed and second bracket closed. I think that's enough. Now I move to the right. Okay, I should put here x, so I moved too much. I put here x. So then I check that I did everything right. So I press enter. And here is my result. I need 3 significance, so it will be 250. And let us see what we have in the mark scheme. Yes, 250. So this question is done successfully. Now we go to next question. Question 4. Question 4 is about geometric sequence. Right. The first term of infinite geometric sequence is 4. The sum of the infinite sequence is 200. Find the common ratio. A. First of all, what is given? A1 equals A4, S infinity equals 200. So we have formula for infinity. We substitute 4 and S infinity. We find R very easily. So R equals 0.98. So this is done. Question B. Find the sum of the first 8 terms. Again, we use formula booklet. The sum for n terms is given like this. And the answer is given to 3 significant figures, 28.9. Find the least value of n for which Sn more than 167. So I equal this expression, the sum expression, to 163. I want to know when this happens. After simplification, I take logarithm of both sides and I have an expression for n looking this way. So this expression equals 83.5, 84.5, sorry, it is 84.5. So this question is done. Let's go further. Okay. This question is about combinations. Consider the expansion of this expression where k is more than 0. The coefficient in x cubed is equal to the coefficient of the term in x to the fifth. Find k. I decided to transform this expression into an expression where you have x over 9 at the bottom, and at the top you have 2x squared plus k raised to the n. So the term x cubed will appear when r equals 6. So x squared to the 6th, 12 divided by x9 will be 9. So I write combination coefficient, and I have this expression, and I underline coefficient in front of x cubed. To have x5 will come when r is 7. So this term, after simplification, will look like this. So coefficient is underlined, x to the fifth. So they say coefficients are equal. So we equal coefficients, and expression. How to get this combination in the graphic calculator? That's clear. So you need to press Math, go to Probability, and here you have number 3. Number 3. So whenever you need, for example, you want to calculate 9C7, so you put 9C7. We should multiply by 2. Multiply by 2 and divide it. We need 9C6, so we go again Math. Sorry for this advertisement. Again Probability. We choose number 3, so we press 3. And here we put 9. We go to the right, go to the ups. No, too much. Here 6. And now we go to the right. Finished. So we should evaluate this expression. We press enter. And we have the value. We copy this value with 2 significant figures. It is 0.857. So this question is done. Next, question 6. Right, so amusement park, Ferris wheel with diameter 111 rotates at a constant speed. The bottom of the wheel is k meters above the ground. A seat starts at the bottom of the wheel. So we start at here. The wheel completes 1 revolution in 16 minutes. After 8 minutes, the seat is 117 meters above the ground. After 8 meters, we have half revolution. So total height will be 117, diameter is 111, so k will be 6. So that, easy. I'll show you solution, but it is very easy. Here, you see the picture, k is 6. Find the value of a. So they give us expression. They say that at time 0 it is at k. So height is 6. So we put this value a we don't know. Times 0, cosine becomes 1, so cosine is 1. We have 61.5 plus a equals 6. So a equals negative 55.5. So done. Find when the wheel is 30 meters above the ground for the 3rd time. Right, okay, this is not easy. Let's consider. So, for example, this happens when argument of cosine is theta. So method 1, we find this theta is 0.9672 and time will be 2.46 minutes. Then an angle will be, so it rotates, and angle will be, cosine will be the same when angle is 2 pi minus theta. So this, you can see this diagram, so this is blue. 2 pi minus theta give us time 13.5 minutes. And further, the 3rd time, the value of cosine will be the same when we have 2 pi and theta. insert solution is given. This is a very theoretical method. The second method, you can use graphic calculator. You have function and you have this expression, so you can evaluate this expression, and you can we can do it. Let's do it. Right, so we press y equals, we insert this function cosine pi x over 8 should be equal to this expression. I even didn't calculate this expression. 61, actually I could. 0.5 minus 30, bracket close, over 55.5. Finished. We grab this data. Because we talk about time, we can change x to be positive. So x is positive and less than 32. So x maximum is 32. Let's see. Right, we can make this greater by zooming in. So second, choose second, you press enter. Don't expect that zooming will happen immediately. It will happen when you press enter. So zooming took place. Right, unfortunately we don't see third solution. X minimum from 0 to 32. Graph. So by adjusting zooming and x values, y values, you can see solutions very easily. Right. So we need 1, 2, 3, these first 3 solutions. So how to find? We find through intersection. So you go to second, trace, and here you can choose. Actually we need intersection 5, because here we have 3 intersections. We should give lower and upper boundary. So here I see it is between 2 and 5. So I insert 2. Oops. sometimes it doesn't work. I don't know the reason. Second intersection 5. Why is 5? Let's put 0. 0. Again, doesn't take. I don't know what is the reason. So let's graph again. We have it. Second intersection 5. So you should move this pointer to the left of the first solution. So we move to the left. It is to the left. Too much. Too much. We need positive values. So closer. It moves. To the left. Press. So this is left boundary. Then we move to the right. This is right boundary. Guess, and finally you have the answer. So 2.46. Then you do the same for this point. So you show left boundary on the left, right boundary on the right. Press enter 2 times, and you get 1, 2, 3 solutions. Right. Okay. So next question. Next question is number 7. Right. Okay, here is the question. Let's find solution. Here is solution. Right, so we have fraction form and A. Question A. The line x equals 3 is a vertical asymptote to the graph. Find the value of C. So vertical asymptote means that it turns denominator into 0. So Sx plus 6 will be 0. Sx plus 6 equals 0. Then C equals minus 2. So this question is done. Write down the equation of the horizontal asymptotes to the graph f. So when x is infinitely big, we rearrange our fraction. It tends to minus 4. So this is minus 4 is horizontal asymptotes. The line y equals k intersects the graph absolute value of our function at exactly 1 point. Find possible value of k. Let us look. First of all, remember that the graph of such fraction looks like hyperbola. So it is 2 parts. And we now know the asymptotes, because in previous questions they told us that vertical asymptote is 3 and horizontal asymptote is minus 4. To get another function, absolute value of our function, what we do, all negative parts we make positive. So this part goes up, up, and all this left part goes up this way. And now we have the function consisting of two parts, and we understand that only two lines intersect this graph in one point. It is y equals 4, and y equals 4 doesn't intersect this part because it is asymptote. Intersect left right part at this section, and y equals 4 again intersect at this section. A bit up, intersect 2 times. Higher than y equals 4, intersect 2 times. Lower than y doesn't intersect at all. So exactly 1 time is 2 lines. So answer is y equals 4 and y equals 0. Next question. Section B, question 8. The points P and Q have coordinates 3, 2, 5, 7, 4, 9 respectively. Find PQ. So this solution I have in the end. So let's scroll to the end. Here we are. Yes, so PQ will be OQ minus OP. And we subtract coordinates. This is the answer. Double I, find absolute value of this vector, size of this vector. We use formula, so coordinate squared, add it, give us 6. Let PR be this vector. Find the angle between P and PQ and PR. Angle, so PR I call it, right, okay. Cosine of angle will be scalar product of two vectors divided by their absolute values product. From booklet formula, to find scalar vector of two vectors, you multiply x coordinate, y coordinate, and z coordinate. To find absolute value of PR, again we use coordinate squared added. It is square root of 46. We substitute value, we use cosine minus 1, and we get the answer 0.582 radians. 3 significant figures. This question is done. Find the area of triangle PQR. Area of triangle will be half AB, sine between vectors. So we use the same vectors with which we worked in previous question. Sine between angle we know, sine we know, so we calculate to 3 significant figures. It looks like this. Hence, or otherwise, find the shortest distance for R to the lines through P and Q. So P and Q from R will be altitude or height. So height multiplied by base divided by 2 will be area. So area is at the same time half base height equals half PQ times height. So we know area, we know PQ, we can find the height rearranging the formula. So this question is done. Question 9. Okay. So a particle moves along a straight line. The velocity after t seconds is given by formula t from 0 to 7. The following diagram shows the graph of v. So this is v. So here v is positive, here v is negative. So gradient is 0 at this point, and at this point, and at this point. So it is acceleration is 0. So let us see what they want. Find the initial velocity of v. Okay, let's do it. So initial velocity of v, into the formula we substitute values. So let's look to the formula. So 7 cosine 0 minus 5 times 0 to some power. It means that 7 times 1 equals 7. So it is this question is done. Find maximum speed of P. Trick of this question is that they don't ask velocity, they ask about speed, and you can see that the maximum speed is over here, so we should find this value, maximum, or actually here it is minimum velocity or maximum speed. So easier solution, we will use calculator. We need calculator. So first we insert function. With our function, this is our function. So y, we should wait until our calculator. Right, so we clear this information. Go down, clear this information, and we insert our function 7 cosine x bracket closed minus 5 t raised to cosine x. Right, so we need value of x or time from 0 to 7, so we straight go to Windows, we make this 0, 7, x minimum 0, x maximum 7. Okay, let's see. We should wait. Graph doesn't fit, so easiest way is to use zoom. Still calculating. Zoom. We should zoom out because we get too big values. So zoom out is 3. We go to 3. Press enter once. Interesting function. Twice. Again we change x from 0 to 7. Graph. Aha! So we need this maximum, which is actually minimum. So we go to second trace, minimum is 3, so go to 3, and we put here, so we go to our minimum, we see it, so we can predict, but we can't say exactly where is it. So we move to our minimum, closer and closer and closer. Aha, so it's enough, very close. This is left boundary. Now we move to the right. Enough. This is right boundary. Guess. And finally, we press more time and let's see what we have. Minimum. So the value is minus 24.7. This is what we need, the maximum speed. .7, speed always positive, so this happens at 6:36. So this question is done. Not question, this sub question is done. Let's see whether we have more questions. Maximum speed we found. Now see, write down the number of times that the acceleration of p equals 0. So this we can see. So it is 0, 1, 2, 3 times. Gradient equals 0. So we can straight from our graph, we can write that it is 3. Next question. Find the acceleration of p when it changes direction. Let us look. So it changes direction at this point. So we should find the value of this point. This value is 0. So we go to second, calculate. At this time we need 2, 0. We need to put, unfortunately it doesn't work, but mostly I'm able to insert the boundaries myself. I don't know why it doesn't let me. So we should set left boundary for 0 and right boundary for 0. First we set left boundary. So you see question mark here. Question mark, left boundary, question. Enough, don't go there, don't go. Return. Still goes to the minus. Appeared. Right. Stop. Okay, so enter. And then right boundary. Enter. Guess. And the result. So 0 takes place when time is 0.38639, let's say. Right, so we know when this happens. Let's look to our solution. We know when this happens. So change the direction. Find the acceleration of p when it changes direction. And absent here. So time you know, then you take derivative of this function, you will get minus 7 sine t minus 5 times exponent goes down cosine t, t raised to cosine t minus 1 multiplied by minus sine t, which is derivative of cosine. Then substitute our value of t and get acceleration. This is 9. Question 10. Oh, question 10 is very confusing question. Very confusing. Okay, so let us look to solutions. Right. The mass of apple is in gram is normally distributed with mean mu. The following table shows probability for values of m. So m less than 93, m between 93 and 119, m more than 119. And questions are the following. Write down the value of k. So what we know, the total probability should be 1. So from this we can find k. So AI, total probability equals 1, k equals none, k equals 001. So k equals 001, this is 001, so this part is in the middle. This will help us to find mu. Because this is the middle, sign of symmetry goes in the midpoint. So midpoint is 119 plus 93 divided by 2, which gives us 106. So this question is done. Find the probability that m is less than 95. So to do that, it is a bit long way because we need sigma. We need to find sigma from standardized value z. So find z corresponding to x equals 93. So area probability will be 001. So we use this area probability. And so we go to second, I think second bars, inverse probability 3. Oh no, now it does what I was expecting it to do before. So second window we erase everything. Second bars, inverse normal is number 3, and here we will put 0, 0, 1 as if it is normal distribution, standard distribution with mu 0 and sigma 1. So we press enter, 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 enter. Oh no, for some reason there is another 0 here. Let's do it again. Second verse 3 0 0 1 enter, enter. So we have this happens for standardized z at minus 2, 32, and so on. Right. So what is the formula for z? Z equals x minus mu over sigma. So z we know, x we know, we took x equals 93. Mu we know, so we can find sigma. Substituting this into this formula, we get sigma equals 55815. And to find probability for x less than 19, it's very simple. So we go second, vars, cumulative distribution it is 2, lower, it gives you very good value, 10 minus 19, minus 10 to the 99, so very, very negative number. Upper we put, they ask us for 95, so we put 95. Now we know everything. We know that mu is 106. We know that sigma equals 5.588. Sorry, 88, 15. We go to paste, enter. One more time, enter, and this is the value 0, 0 to 45. 3 significant figures. Question is done. But this is only the beginning of the story. Right. The apples are packed in bags of 10. Apples with a mass less than 95 are classified as small, so let's call it success. C. Find the probability that a bag of apples selected at random contains at least one small apple. At most one small apple. So this is C. So from previous section we know that success, bad apple, probability is, we know, binomial distribution, bad apple appears 8 times for n equals 10. This is the formula. At most 1 means 0 or once, so we need to add 2 terms. We use so how to find combination. I think I should, before I showed how to find calculate combinations. So you will get this value. Next, D. A crate contains 50 bags of apple. A crate is selected at random. Finds the expected probability that contain at most have one small apple. That this crate contains. Okay, so this time, again, binomial distribution. Now we'll use probability that a bag contains bad apple from previous question, and we need expected number. Expected number, there is standard formula, I think not in the booklet, that you should multiply n by probability. N is 50, probability we found before, so we get 48.8. This is expected value. And double I, so at least 48 bags contain at most one small apple. You find probability that, okay, expected value. Okay, so find the probability that at least 48 bags contain at most one small apple. So we change, so again we have our binomial distribution, 50 bags, the same probability. So we convert our task, so if they want more than 48, it will be 1 minus p x less than 48. So we will use our calculator, graphing calculator. So we press second, vars. We need cumulative binomial. Run too much. Okay, it is B. So we press enter. So trials 50. Enter. Probability 09762. 09762. Enter. Value should be less than 47, so we put here 47. Enter. 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 And we need 1 minus, so we put 1 minus answer. This is the answer. We take 3 significant figures, 884. So video is over. If you need another papers, please inform me. You can have my email. Right.